New York, you guys would go to the hospital.
Oh, that took a special person because you see hard stuff, people in their most vulnerable moments.
Hello, everyone. So I've got to tell you, back by popular demand is Diane Geracie, one of the mamas of this purple dinosaur right here. But I have heard so many people say they loved the last episode. They've got to hear more about Barney because it's not just your stories, it's our stories because we grew up with Barney and he's like our brother too. So let's just have some fun with Barney. Like, I bet one of the coolest things was PBS, when they picked y'all up. So tell me,
Yeah.
how many episodes did you have to film with them to prove yourself?
Exactly. That was such a turning point with the awareness of Barney. It was significant to us. So we got on PBS and they wanted 30 episodes and we put so much into 3 episodes and now they want 30. And so we had to really pick up our game, if you would. And you go from a small production studio to a large production studio and real wonderful, wonderful children actors. And we had our own teacher that we hired that schooled all the children.
I didn't even think about that. They had to go to school too.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then they had to perform and know the lines and be available. So they would do a couple hours of the schoolwork and then work with Barney and then go back to some schoolwork. And it was just in a flow. So those sweet children really worked hard.
Yeah, so I loved the set because it just felt like a little wonderland, like little house here, and so you could do a swing set here, and it was just amazing. So, how many crew, how many light? I mean, what did that take?
It took a lot, and there was a team just for the set. And there were multiple sets. But there was a team for that, and then you had to store it, you had to create it, you had to do everything with it. So that was just a whole focus in and of itself. But I could live on every set. It just was beautiful. What they did was extraordinary, and you just feel like you want to be there, be a part of it.
So I remember there's a railroad track by the set.
Yes.
How often?
Oh my
and you
gosh.
had to the floor could take the shaking.
Yes.
But how often did you finally time when the train was going to come? And
Yes, and tried to work with it as much as you could. But that was the deal. But once PBS came, and once we were on 30 episodes, we moved over to Irving to move to his whole set.
Bunch of studios over there.
Yes,
nice.
Yes, and we could expand and pick up our game and get more professional. So we did, but we put the same amount of care into every single episode. Those educators were part of it. The writers were part of it. Our team of editors were all a part of it. Everybody signed off on every script. So we kept true to who we are when we were asked to expand 10 times what we did. So then as production expanded tremendously, so did our corporation.
Everything.
Our corporation had to respond, and we expanded tremendously as well. But it was so helpful because we knew what was ahead for us. We knew what we had to achieve. So extremely helpful.
Okay, so what I always think about when I see Barney is, there's different characters. Like you could be out somewhere. I'm trying to think where I've been recently. Easter. It was the Easter Bunny. My granddaughter was talking to the Easter Bunny. It was, there was a pony, Easter egg hunt, and all this. The Easter Bunny was her favorite thing, being around this person in a suit. And I think about how hot you must be. And of course, this Easter Bunny had mesh here or something so we could talk to her. But I never noticed that with Barney. How did you do that?
Oh, good point, because it was very different. And Barney in the suit was 100 pounds. weighed 100 pounds.
No.
And the suit was specially made for as much ventilation as possible, but had a vent, it had a fan inside there.
Wow.
You could only be in the suit a certain amount of time. And it
Probably
was
OSHA.
Yes. And it was a professional dancer, a young man named David. I mean, you have to be so strong. And
Yeah.
every time you're in that suit, you lose weight. You sweat so much, you lose weight. So they had to hydrate. So they had their own person helping take care of them.
Wow.
So that they can make sure that they're hydrated, that they've got the air, that they've got their needs met. But David, inside the costume, was not the voice of Barney. We had a separate person, Bob West, to be the voice of Barney. And so Bob and David had to really synchronize everything they do, every action they took, everything that they said. They had to coordinate together. So that was extremely talented.
Very
to be
talented.
able
Cool.
to do that. So they're doing
I
that.
can't even
At the
imagine.
same time, you have the kids. At the same time, you have the music. At the same time, you have all the production people. Yes, all that was synchronized. I know. It's quite the production.
I can't even imagine.
They were stellar. The people we had were the best. They
Yeah.
were so good. They were so good. We were so fortunate.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you told me that Barney was even at the Macy's Day Parade.
Yes, yes.
Like, how did that happen?
Oh my gosh. So they called us and they said, would you be interested in being in the parade? And we're like, oh yeah, we would love to do that.
You probably said,
So-
oh yeah, and then you went, oh my gosh,
and then
what
it's
do we
like,
do?
what did we just commit to?
So Barney was like a balloon or like a big guy
Yes.
walking down the parade route?
No, he was up in the air. He was up in the
Gosh.
air, and it was like a big balloon. So they suggested working with these people in New Orleans that work with
Yeah.
the Mardi
That's where we
Day
used to get our
Parade.
Mardi Gras floats when I was in Louisiana.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
New
So we
Orleans
worked
made
with
'em.
them. And
made it.
every year, so I think he was in the parade. I think he still is. I mean, so he's
still
been
think he
in the
might still be.
parade for almost 30 years, maybe?
Wow.
30 years? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
many people, do you know how many people?
Oh.
Like, don't
yes,
everybody let go if
yes.
one person's holding
You
it?
hire professionals to do that. You hire a team. You hire everybody. It wasn't anybody I could pull from the office to hold the balloon.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, you from accounting. We need you over here.
right. No. These are professional people that knew how to handle the wind, knew the route, knew how to stay in
In
the
right
parade
order.
line.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
they have experience.
So Barney's traveling as a balloon, but Barney's
Yes.
also, he starts really traveling.
Yes, we
So
saw
he
that.
did like Broadway shows.
Oh my gosh. It was, well, we were located in Dallas, so we tried Majestic Theater, was a
Oh yeah, the big one downtown.
beautiful theater to see if we could, sell some tickets and put on a show. And we wrote a show and we contacted Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
And we sold out.
No.
We sold out. And so we're like, okay, this needs to go on the road. And there was Sloan Coleman. She was so awesome. She started with the knowledge of the birthday parties. She knew the connection with kids and being in the public. So she took over this whole thing and made a national concert schedule
Whoa.
where Barney went around the nation performing at all these events. It was magnificent. And so more kids got one-on-one with him.
Yeah.
So even after the production, and there were like a lot of them were in the afternoon because of the age group.
Yes.
Even after that, you could stand in line and get your picture taken with Barney. So they would do the whole thing and then stand in line just for the kids to get the picture with the kids. So it was every show was sold out.
Wow.
Every show there was stories. Every show was just so magnificent.
So I remember you were even saying that y'all did Radio City Music Hall.
Yes.
And you were telling me about how big the stage was or something.
Oh my gosh. And like you take elevators in the background up 30 floors or something. You go down with where the elephants are and yes, everything is under the stage and all of a sudden something pops up.
Wow.
Anyway, it was, we did Radio City Music Hall. We did a photo shoot the week before where we would be up late at night doing the photo shoot of the play itself. And one night we were short a person to be in a box. So I said, I could do that. So I put on this box. You could see my legs, and I hit a spot I stand on, and then I move my legs at a certain time, and so that's my
that was your Broadway
entrance. That's my Broadway show.
Debut. I love it. You did everything.
I was a box.
From ordering the Barneys to being the box.
Being the box.
That is fabulous. Mm-hmm. So is that a Barney show?
This is part of it. This I think was at Majestic. But then over here, we were asked by Universal Studios if we could have an area for the young kids to play. And so we created a Barney area.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Yes.
So much fun. And I think it was just taken down, but it was up there 30-some years.
Oh, my
30-some years. So
wow.
It was beautiful, very interactive for the kids, and they left with a lot of souvenirs of personal things with Barney. Anyway, it was beautiful. Yeah. It was beautifully done.
So I'm even seeing deeper into this connection with children and Barney because y'all taught them so much, because you were early childhood educators. In fact, to the point Harvard was looking at y'all and saying, let's do a study and figure out what is the magic of Barney. What's this all about?
Wasn't that
tell
interesting?
Tell me more about the Harvard study.
That was so interesting. We were so glad that they did that. And the result of their study is, well, we know why Barney was so successful. There's over 100 moments of educational experience in every episode that we produced. And when they wrote that down, we're like, well, of course, we were educators. And,
I'm not surprised. Of course there was 100 educational moments.
We want to put in as much fabulous stuff as we can within that amount of time.
Yes.
So that was our goal. That was our mission. That was our responsibility, is to, your time's important. And so we wanted to fill it with as much as we could.
I have two 4-year-old grandchildren, and when they're with me, I'm like getting the iPad and putting it on Barney. Because I'm like, I see what they're watching, and it's really not growing them like Barney could. It wasn't, they're not getting 100 teaching moments. They're watching a lot of animation and fast-paced stuff. And sometimes the good old days are the better days. It's my personal opinion.
Yes.
I would really love for something more like Barney to come out again, because it was so good.
It's more simple.
More
simple. And you connect with them where they are in life.
Yeah.
You're not ahead of them in maturity.
Yeah.
You're where they're,
So, remember you also said that when Barney would go on the road, it wasn't just one bus. Did y'all have a caravan or what?
Yes.
I mean, I just can't even imagine the magnitude. Booking hotel rooms, making, it's just, I get tired just thinking of it.
That was a production in and of itself.
So did the kids have their parents with them?
Yes. What? So we did that. We had the semi bus, and you see the 3 dinos on the side of the bus as you go down. I remember when they first brought the semi into the parking lot, I'm like, oh my gosh. You see the picture of them on the side of a truck. And
because you just wanted to take a shower and do your hair.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
awareness. And so the kids, too, their life changed. They're like, do you want to go on the road? And so the ones that wanted to go did, and the parents went with them, and
good.
the teacher went with them, and it was their life for 6 months. That was their life.
And so during the like, you just land in Las Vegas, let's say. Yeah. Well, no, let's say New York.
Yeah.
Didn't you say you guys would go to the hospitals?
Oh, yeah. I need to tell you this. There was, as we've been saying, there was a connection between Barney and the child. And what we were hearing through our fan club and through doctors is when you hold this plush, when that child who's in the hospital has the plush, they are not as anxious and felt a lot more secure. And so like anesthesiologists would tell us they use less because the child is a little bit more calm. And the other thing that we learned like firsthand is wherever we would go visit, whether it's with the semi-bus or for any reason we're in any town, we would always stop at hospitals. That was part of our mission. Our mission too.
It wasn't just making money, was it? It wasn't about, any real entrepreneur knows it's not about just making money.
No.
It's about what kind of good can you spread, because if you give it, you're just going to come back. So that was part of y'all's deal. So you go to all the hospitals. Tell me more hospital stories.
And that was so true. That became real. And we had a person totally focused on the hospital, totally focused on philanthropy, totally focused on school. So we had people, we saw this connection and we really
You honored it. You felt the responsibility.
That was our goal, right? Yeah. So what you're saying is exactly right on.
Yeah.
So with the hospitals, that took Carrie Stinson was in the costume, and that took a special person because you see hard stuff.
Mm.
You see people in their most vulnerable moments, and for the most part, when Barney would walk into the room, the child, all hooked up and everything, would just reach out. And then as Barney would leave, they would try to scamper out of the bed and run down the hall with him. I mean, it was just so many stories came from those hospital visits, but every single place we stopped at a hospital.
Mm.
Then I'm just trying to think of there were so many different moments, but there was one moment where we were doing Make-A-Wish Foundation, and we did as much as we possibly could with Make-A-Wish, and that, trumped anything we were doing. So there was a call that came in, and they were in Philadelphia that said that their child is passing, and they would like Barney to come by. And we were like, all of our costumes are everywhere else. We've got one in Las Vegas. We've got one here. We got one here. And they said, oh, well, the person I'm talking about is in Las Vegas. And we were...
Not Philadelphia like you thought.
Right. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Diane.
We're on our way. Where are they? Let's do this. And we were there for that child. So talk about you're meant to be doing certain things. I think
God has a plan for every life. And you definitely found yours.
Oh, my God.
Wow. You found your purpose.
Oh, my gosh.
Just to think that child was happier. The parents felt,
Yes.
There's one other story you tell that just gives me chills, and it was the burn victim little girl.
Oh, yeah, that was one Carrie went to, and so he tells the story with tears each and every time. And this little girl was a burn victim and stopped talking after the event. She wasn't talking, and they were working this and helping her, but still in the hospital a long time after the burn. And they asked Barney to come by. You got it. We're there. And Barney walks in the room, and she doesn't move, but she goes, Barney, Barney. And all the doctors and nurses and their parents, they just start crying. She started talking again.
Oh,
she started talking.
You know
She
you're
started
you know
talking.
you're doing the right thing, and you have found your purpose when you have stories like that.
It's so
like
touching.
I said, it just gives me chills.
It's so touching. I know. And then afterwards, I mean, Carrie's telling everybody what happened, and it just was like, wow, wow.
That's
wow.
just so.
Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
So how many Barneys did you have?
With costumes, I think we had like 3, and then, they're always working on a new one because then the other one's an older one. And so anyway, we had to keep them updated. And then there were multiple. There's BJ Baby Bop. And so you had
is this
them
Baby Bop?
too. That's
Or is that just a little Barney?
That's little Barney. I think Baby Bop is in this one. This is Baby Bop. This is Baby Bop. And BJ's in one of these. And then we did a movie at one point in time.
Oh my goodness.
And this is The Great Adventure, Barney's Great Adventure, and it was finding this egg. And it was fun.
Cute.
It was so fun to do. And so look at all of us never experienced any of this stuff, and our whole group just grew with this, and said, yes, we can. The attitude was always, yes, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
It was always the attitude.
So part of my tagline for I used to do Naturally Slim. Y'all learned about that in the first several episodes, that I was the co-founder of Naturally Slim and got to help over 1 million people. So that actually is a good intro. So I could tell when things just came together that you have found your purpose.
Yeah.
You found what you're supposed to do. You understand your destiny. And then the universe just brings it all in. Things start happening. And that's it. Y'all are like the poster story for that.
Yes. And didn't even kind of realize it at the time.
You don't at the time. You kind of look back and go, whoa.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So you found your purpose and you found your destiny, and you didn't even have to watch Insights with Marcia.
But how fun. I'm just so happy for your podcast.
Thank you.
And so honor you for doing that and bringing all those positive beliefs forward.
So will you come again?
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
And a mom.
I could never hear too many Barney stories.
Okay.
So come back to find your purpose and your destiny through the stories we're telling at Insights with Marcia. We'll see you next time.